You can hear me indicate with an emoji in the comments. So, good evening, guys, and welcome to yet another market analysis session, market analysis stroke outlook session, where we look at basically how the market opened today and then what opportunities we can actually get going into tomorrow, and then what opportunities we can still look out for the week. So, normally we start with AED/USD and NZD/USD, the two currency pairs that I trade most. We start with AED/USD. Now, AED/USD, I have something very interesting. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, you'd see that last week we had this whole outlook where it looks like the price was actually last week the market actually shifted to the downside here, where we had like price creating higher high, higher low, higher high here. Then we broke to the downside and then created this low. At this point, we shifted and created lower low here, lower high. Then price created this low here, failed to create this low, which this low now was not a lower low. Then we had this whole high here. This was a lower high. Then price created this low. Now this low broke below this one. We got like a lower low. Now price pushed up and created this high. Now if you look at this high, you see that this high is higher than the most recent one. It's even higher than this one here also. So in this case, the market is shifting back to the upside. Do you get? So in this case, we'll more or less start looking for buy opportunities. And if you actually drop to the 1 hour time frame, you see that we're having a very nice uptrend to the upside. So this is the 1 hour time frame. If you look at this, you'd see that from here, price basically started creating series of higher high, higher low. This was where market opened, higher high, higher low, and then price has created another higher high, and now it's retracing. It's setting up for a very nice position. So this is what I'm going to be looking out for. What I'm doing now is basically plotting my Fibonacci from the most recent low to the most recent high. Do you understand? We're looking for where we're going to get the next buy now. So what we'll be looking out for is for price to come back, come and tap this level here, and then go to the upside. So we're looking to buy at that 0.618 level. And coincidentally, that 0.618 level is around that whole resistance tone support there. So this zone is a zone that's actually very strong and it's somewhere that we can look to actually buy from. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for on AED/USD. We have an uptrend and I'm going to be looking to use Fibonacci to buy from that point. Now, the next pair we have is NZD/USD. So NZD/USD too is almost the same thing. We'll start from the 4-hour time frame. Okay, it's not almost the same thing per se. I feel like NZD/USD is still it's still bearish to a certain level. So if you look at this, you see that we have price creating price basically pushed up to like create this high, this low, which looked like the market shifted to the downside here. We created this high, this low, this high here also, and then we broke to the downside again. Do you get to create like another low, and then price has pushed up basically to this high here. So to a certain level, it's either this market is actually ranging or it's in a downtrend. Why I said it's ranging is because low key, it's doing me like this is like the low of the range. And then since price created this high, we have not really exited it yet. We're just bouncing off it. Do you understand? So to a certain level, it's quite risky going to the 1 hour time frame to buy. Do you understand? But if we drop to the 1 hour time frame, I love the uptrend it's giving me. So this is the 1 hour time frame. If you look at it, you see that price has been creating series of, in this case, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But then now, if you observe, yeah, currently the 4 hour time frame, you get our directional time frame is totally different from our mid time frame. That's where we're supposed to get zones from. So what are we going to do in this case? To be honest, I am not going to buy now. Do you understand? I would rather wait. What am I waiting for? I'll wait for this uptrend to continue. So by the time price creates maybe a higher low and then another higher high, the 4 hour time frame too will change by that time. You see that price will already break these highs. Now, at the point where price breaks these highs and change to an uptrend, that will be the best time to actually look for buy opportunities. You get till then, this is very, very risky. Price can just react at this high here. Price can just react at this high here. and then drop to the downside massively. You know it's a range, so we might actually like have it drop to the downside massively, and then your cuts in buy is here, so it's not going to actually like make sense. Do you guys get the whole idea? So for now, we're not looking to buy on AUD USD yet, because the higher time frame is totally different from what our time frame where we're supposed to look out for zones at. So we have to wait for both time frames to actually align. Do you get 1 hour has already changed to uptrend, but then 4 hours not changed yet? We have to wait for that 4 hour time frame to change to an uptrend first before we decide to take any positions. Are you guys getting the whole idea? Are you guys with me? Good, 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 good. So let's continue. The next currency pair we'll look at here is gold. Our, how will I put it? I don't even know what I'll call this one again, whether a wicked girlfriend, but it is what it is. We'll continue, how will I put it? We'll continue checking it and then seeing what we have. Now let's look at the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour time frame on gold is actually bearish. If you look at this structure, you see that price was actually in an uptrend for a while. Price created higher high, higher low, failed to create higher high, and then we shifted to the downside. And now started creating lower low, lower high. Equal low here, lower high, and then price is pushing down to create another lower low, but it has not broken these lows yet. Do you understand? So at this point, we're still bearish. Do you understand? And we drop to the 1 hour time frame to look for sell opportunities. But then if we drop to this 1 hour time frame, we have something crazy. What do I mean by we have something crazy? If you look at this, you see that we've been having equal lows, constant equal lows for a while now here. Do you get? And it looks like the market is actually ranging, because from like this high, price has not really broken above. Same thing to the downside. So what I'll be looking out for in this case now is the same thing with NZD/USD. Higher time frame is totally different, lower time frame is different. So what I'll look out for currently, yeah, on this gold is that I'll be looking to see price actually break these lows to the downside. If price breaks these lows to the downside, then it will more or less align with the 4 hour time frame. Do you understand? So once price breaks, we'll start looking for sell opportunities. If it breaks to the downside like this, what I'll be looking out for now is for price to come back, and then retest a certain level before we continue. Now, what if we don't get that? What if we just continue inside the range? I really don't trade range in markets, so I'm going to leave it. Do you understand? Until we see that shift. So for now, what I'm looking for is still sell opportunities. But then before I sell, I want to see price break this low to the downside. Are you guys getting the whole idea? Now, the last pair I have here is BTC. There was this analysis we had on BTC over the weekend. Let me see, did it even play out? What did we even have on BTC over the weekend? Let's see. I think we're looking at price breaking above somewhere here now. That was on Saturday, yes. I think it was on Friday in the evening. On Friday in the evening, yes. Somewhere around there, we're looking at price breaking above. Yeah, but then currently price has broken below. So let's look at, yes, yes, feed level, yes. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame. Now, this is the 4 hour time frame, and this is very, very interesting. I love what I'm saying. I love what I'm saying. So if you look at this, you see that price basically pushed up to create a higher high, a higher low. We created an equal high here, and then price created this low. Now, if you look at this, you see that this low is lower than the most recent higher low. And when you have something like this in an uptrend where price breaks the most recent higher low to the downside, we have a shift in market structure. So what this thing is telling us now is that BTC at the moment has changed towards a bearish market. Do you get? So if we drop to the lower time frame now, the opportunities we are going to be looking out for will be what? Sell opportunities. So let's drop to the lower time frame and then see which sell opportunities we could get. Drop to the 1 hour time frame. Now, this is actually very nice. We had price creating higher high. This was where it shifted. We created this low. This low was lower than this. So we changed, and then we started creating lower low, lower high, and then now I've created another low. So what I'll do in this case is plot my Fibonacci from the most recent lower high to the most recent lower low. That's basically I plot a Fibonacci in the downtrend. And then what we're going to be looking out for is for price to come back, retest this or tap this 0.618 level, and then sell to the downside. And the same thing with AUD/USD, yeah. This 0.618 level is sitting at a support onto resistance. So that gives me confidence that this is actually a level that will most likely hold. So we have like two opportunities now, one on AUD/USD and then one on BTCUSD. These are the two opportunities you can look out for. Do you understand? So what we're looking out for in this case, price come back, tap 0.618, and then we sell to the downside. Now, another thing I want to say is that we might actually see a situation whereby price will retrace, but then price will not get to that 0.618 level before dumping to the downside. Yeah, it could happen. So what that will mean now is I will not have any trade, but then you don't need to worry. If price actually does something like this, fine. Would cancel, would remove this our Fibonacci and then plot another one. It's on to the next one. Do you understand? There's no need dwelling on it. Do you get? So even if price doesn't tap here and it breaks to the downside, we'll plot Fibonacci on the next range. That's basically how I'm supposed to think. Now, what if price actually taps the 0.618 and then it doesn't react? What if it goes back to like break above? Then the market is basically changing. Do you understand? But whichever which way price goes, yeah, we have what we're looking out for. Do you understand? We are more or less ambushing it, but then this is the opportunity I'll be looking out for on BTCUSD, a sell opportunity at that 0.618 level. Do you guys get the whole idea? So that being said, I've more or less looked at all the currency pairs I trade. If you guys have any suggestions or any recommendations that we should look at, you guys can actually let me know and then we look at them. Is there any currency pair you guys want us to take a look at before we call it a day? USD JPY and JPBSD, okay. USD JPY. Okay, let's start from the why is the market looking like this? Let's start from the 4-hour time frame. Can you guys hear me clearly? I feel like my network is breaking a little bit. Oh shit, this is very, very nasty. This is very, very nasty. Like what we have here is very crazy. So here's what I mean. This pair has been ranging for the longest time. We have like low of the range somewhere around here. Low of the range somewhere around here, and then high of the range. We can see something here like this. Price has not really exited it, and if you look at it, price just starts the high of the range and it's basically selling to the downside. So it's not, how will I put it now? It's not entirely bad. We can actually jump on this and take advantage of it. What do I mean by that? Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. You'd see that price will actually be doing like a nice downtrend to the downside. Yeah, see what I was saying, yeah? This is the 1 hour time frame. And if you look at this, you see that price has been creating series of like lower low, lower high. Do we have a lower low here? Yes, lower low, and then our price is pushing up to create a lower high. That's not broken above yet. So honestly, especially since this is a range, I really don't want to say, oh, this is like a nice sell opportunity, but then this is actually like a nice sell opportunity. Let me see on the 5 minutes time frame if I have like a shift. We would actually jump on it right now and then look how it plays out. So this is the 5 minutes time frame. This is the 5 minutes time frame. So what I'm looking out for on this 5 minutes time frame is some sort of shift in market structure, which we actually have. If you look at this, we're having series of higher high, higher low. Okay, okay. I would consider this one move actually. Equal high here, price is creating this low. It has not shifted yet. So what I would like to see is for price to come down and break this low to the downside. Now, once price breaks it to the downside, then if price breaks it to the downside, then we can look at price retesting that same low. At that point now, we can basically jump on a sell that looks like this. Entry here, stop loss a few pips above here, and then we target the 1 hour low. The 1 hour low down here. That's basically what we're going to be looking out for on this one. So first, we need to see that break. And then once we see that break, we'll wait for price to come back, retest that level, and then we sell. This is basically what I'm looking out for on this USD JPY. So we actually have a setup you guys can pay attention to on USD JPY. Then the next one, the last one we have here. The last one we have here. Okay, okay, you said you took the sell. That's nice. That's nice. Then you're on the right side. Then we have GBP USD. The last one we have is GBP USD. One sec. Okay, 4 hour time frame. Let's see what we have. Okay. Okay, this is actually nice. This is nice. We can work with this. So we had price creating higher high, higher low. Failure to create higher high. We shifted to the downside and started creating lower low, lower high. We had equal lows here, lower high, and then lower low here. And then price has pushed up to create this high. Now this high is higher than the most recent high, so I've shifted back to an uptrend. So let's drop to the lower time frame and then see what buy opportunities we could get. Why is it taking time to load? Okay, so this is the 1 hour time frame. Let's look at what we have. This 1 hour time frame is crazy. I'm not going to lie. This 1 hour time frame is crazy. I'm not going to lie. Ah, okay, let's look to see. I think in moments like this, yeah, especially when price is not doing what I don't want to say what you want. Do you understand? But then what you expect. Most times as a trader, you'll be thinking of analyzing it so that it aligns with what you have in your head. But please, in times like this, it's good to just settle down and then look at the market for what it is. Do you understand? Don't try to put your own bias or your own will on the market. Analyze it for what it is, and that's what we're going to do now. Do you get? We have that whole shift to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. But then coming here, we are still in an uptrend. The only thing is that I don't like buying at support levels, like basic support levels. So as I saw it, I was like, do you get? I would much rather buy at maybe a flip zone or a Fibonacci level. Do you understand? But then let's look at it. We actually have a nice opportunity. We have price creating higher high, higher low, higher high, and then the market is retracing to the downside. And then currently we are at this support level here. Do you understand? So what we're going to do now is the same thing we did on USD JPY. We are going to drop to the 5 minutes time frame and then wait for a shift in market structure to the upside. So this is what we're going to be looking out for. I'm going to be looking at price breaking any of these highs to the upside. So if price comes to break this high to the upside now, I got my shift. So what I'll be looking out for now would be for price to come back, tap this level, then we basically buy from here and ride it to the upside. So we would have an opportunity that will look like this. Entry here, stop loss a few pips below this level. That's like a 9, or I'll adjust it to like 10 pips, 10 pips stop loss. And then we target the 1 hour, high, which is up here for a nice 3 weeks to reward trade or 4 weeks to reward basically. Do you understand? So this is something we can look out for on GBP/USD. So is there any other currency pair you guys want us to take a look at? And for those that are just joining, we looked at AUD/USD, NZD/USD, BTC, gold, now USD/JPY, and then GBP/USD. And we have opportunities that we're looking out for on AUD/USD and gold. We have two opportunities that no, or is it AUD/USD and BTC, and then USD/JPY and GBP/USD. We actually have opportunities that are still coming up that we have to pay attention to. So that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, you guys. And then for those that came late, I'm going to be uploading this video and sending it to you guys so you can actually watch it later. Okay, then no worries. Then no worries. Any other currency pair before we call it an evening? Euro/USD. Okay, let's look at Euro/USD. Okay, I think this one too is nice. I think most of them are having almost the same structure. No, Euro/USD is not nice. Okay, it's nice. It's nice. It's just that it's I looked at the lower time frame and the higher time frame are totally different. So if we look at Euro/USD, we're actually bearish. Price has been creating a series of lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then the market is like looking to sell to the downside. So what we're going to be looking out for on Euro/USD now, yeah. If we look at the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour time frame is actually bullish. So if you look at this, you see that price has been creating higher high, higher low, higher high, and then the market is pushing to the downside now. So what I would like to see price do on Euro/USD is break below here. Do you understand? So let's have a nice shift in market structure, then we can start looking for sell opportunities. Until that, or until then, we'll basically leave Euro/USD. Do you understand? But once we see a shift, so even if it's not directly breaking below here, but if price does something, maybe pushes up slightly here and then breaks below, we start looking for sell opportunities because the 4 hour time frame is actually what? Bearish. Any other currency pair? Okay. In the absence of any other currency pair to look at, we would actually call it an evening. Okay, GBP/JPY. Ah, which one is sorry for the stress? Nice, nice, nice. So good. So good. Right. So, shit. This one. I hate currency pairs that don't like making it easy for somebody, to be honest. I really don't like currency pairs that don't make it easy. Ah. So let's look at this. I'm trying my best here in this case to actually look at this currency pair for what it is. Do you understand? This whole thing is just ah oh GBP/JPY. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think we should start looking at US oil? Because with this war and shit, like oil has been like very lucrative for people. What do you guys think? So if you look at this, you see that this market is in an uptrend. Price created higher high here, higher low. Failed to create higher high, higher low, then another higher high here. So price just broke above to create another higher high. So we basically dropped to the lower time frame to look for buy opportunities. So let's jump to the 1 hour time frame. Now, this is the 1 hour time frame. This is what I was talking about. Honestly, I feel like I should leave this currency pair alone because the this is structure that I can recognize. Price has basically created a higher high here, a higher low, and then price just created another higher high and it's retracing. So what we can look out for, I feel like the opportunity has already happened, is okay, plus Fibonacci from the most recent low to the most recent high. But then if you look at this, you see that after price tapped, created this high, we came back and tapped the 0.618, and now we're buying up. Do you understand? So I feel like the opportunity has already passed. What we can do is just watch and then see how it plays out eventually. Do you get? If we create another high, then we can look for opportunities. So let's say price comes to like break above this level to the upside. Let's say it comes to break this level to the upside, then I can look for a buy on that retracement. So that's basically what I'll be looking out for on GBP Any questions? Any currency? Oh, this is GBP JPY. Any questions? Any currency pairs you guys want us to take a look at before we call it an evening? No, no worries, no worries. No worries. You guys are welcome. Okay, so in the absence of any other currency pair or any questions, we'll call it an evening. Yeah, I want to wish you guys a very, very wonderful trading week. And I'll catch you guys on Friday. And whatever signals, I'll pay attention to all these currency pairs that we have trades on. Yeah, I'll pay attention to them. Whatever signals we get, I'll be sure to send it to you guys. So you guys stay active. We're going to make money this week. Take care, guys.